Alright. Shalom, shalom, Israel. Alright, with the Hebrew Israelite, we're back again in the fields, in the Babylonian fields. Alright, to preach the gospel, to turn down Babylon. Okay? Before we start, we're going to turn to the east. We're going to give our praises. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Alright, double honors to the elders and the apostle who teach and rule well. Okay, peace and salutation to the brother who are in the law, preaching this gospel all around the globe. Shalom, Wahab to the brothers and sisters. Okay, we are keeping it, true, in sincerity. We are being sincere about it. Okay, because these truths is about being sincere, man. It's not about necessarily a camp. Although, each camp represent the churches, in Revelation. Okay, but it's about the spirit. It's about the truth. It's about what you're in it for, knowing what you're in it for. Okay? And today, we'll be talking about I want to read it. We'll be talking about the fear of the Lord Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, is very low amongst Hebrew Israelites. Alright? The fear of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi among the Israelites is very low, man. Okay? Starting with myself, I don't exclude myself from that. Okay? Because you got to understand that the gospel is for our learning, man. So whatever is coming is for our edification, for our exhortation. Okay? When you look at camps today and the different doctrine and the different attitude, okay, and the way people are viewing certain principle and certain element in this truth, you're like, wow, man. It's like the fear is disappearing, man. As we're getting close to these things, brothers are making it something else. Okay, so that's what we're going to discuss today, man. But obviously, there will be a lot of brothers coming in, a lot of sisters coming in, But one thing you got to understand is the cultivation. You have to cultivate the fear of Yahawah, man. Okay, because that's the main thing. It's not about, yes, bro. It's not about knowing all things. It's not about knowing all things. Hello? Yo, calm down. Okay? It's not about knowing all things. Back up. Back up. That's the spirit.
I'll bust you. Bust the pussy. Bust the pussy. I bust you. Bust the pussy. The way I'm not doing you. Yes, I'll do it. I'll mess you up.
Bro, calm down.
Calm down. I'll beg. I'll just slow. What's the bad?
Sorry about it.
Sorry about it. Don't touch me ever like that.
No. Just stay there.
Bite you. What's that?
Calm down.
Don't put that.
Calm down.
Don't put that. We got this.
Calm down, bro. Calm down. We're doing something. Calm down, okay?
Never betray him.
All right?
Never betray me. Never betray 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Calm down. I get it.
For you and around body.
I get it.
You want a body. I'll bust the body. And I can't put.
Calm down. Just stay out of
I can't
Apologize for the disturbances. That's what happens when you've got demons about.
Calm down, man. Calm down. Okay?
Bust you open. Bust up.
Calm down. All right? Calm down.
Bust up. Go.
The spirit's so full of faith.
Calm down, man. Calm down.
Fuck off, Russ.
Calm down, man. Calm down.
You are. Fuck off. He's the beast.
Calm down. No. Don't talk to me. Calm down.
I want that kill. I want that dead you. I'll not touch you. I'll not kill you. If you touch me first, I'll do it.
Don't worry.
No, fuck up. touch me first. You can touch me. Again, you touch me first. I'll beg you in the voice. I'll beg you. I'll scream, scare you, then black, whatever, scare you, kill you.
I heard you. Can you go now? Yeah? Alright. Don't worry.
If we always left a flat, always go fine and I'll do it.
All right, we're back, you know. Hey, that's what it is, man. When you're out there, like we always say, that's it now. Yo, that's it now.
That's it.
I know, that's it.
They'll be fucking killed. I do it.
I know. Don't worry, yeah?
I'm finished. I'll bust them bodies. I'll bust them kill you. I'll touch you. I'll break you. I'll break you. I'll bless you. I'll make you. I'll destroy you.
Let's go now. That's it. Yeah, man. You know. Hey, this truth is full of like demonic attack. It's full of these type of things, man. Because we're in the jungle. This is the jungle, man. Okay, when you come in this truth, you gotta understand, man. They come with it. This is what Yahawashi used to deal with, man. Okay, this is what Yahawashi used to deal with, man. He used to deal with demonic attack, all of those things. Sometimes manifest a certain way, you know. But we must carry on because we believe. The Bible says, right? Roughly paraphrasing, that you know, what does it say? The one that's in me is bigger than the one that's in the world. Don't you say? Yeah, say that.
He that is in me is greater than he that is in me.
He that is in me is greater than him that's in the world, man. Because Yahweh shall conquer all things for us, man. Okay, and very soon that will be manifest. But right now, we gotta go through the pain and all of that. You know, that's part of the movie. Okay. So I was talking about the fear of Yahawah, man. You know, we should fear Yahawah, man. Okay, we should do our best to fear Yahawah. All right. So get Psalm 106, you know, 34 to 36. Read it, we will talk about it. Salakia Israel for the whole thing. But that's life, man. That's what it is, man. You know? That's what it is.
Yeah, that's how you deal with demons, man. You pretty much just got to stay composed. Right. Because if you try to fight a demon with aggressiveness, or not aggressiveness, but if you try to fight a demon with aggression, then it's going to be never ending. Right. You basically, what you do, you take the peace route until you know you have your back against the wall. Because you got to understand, if we have to fight, if you have to die for this thing, if you have to die, we're going to die for this. That's just what it is. Like, this is how I feel. I never had fear since I stepped in this thing, man. No one was able to make me back off or back down. Because you take the peace route, okay? The peace route first, or the peace route. And then if it comes to it, hey, we men, you ain't gonna let another man hit you. You're gonna have to defend yourself. You know what I mean? But it didn't come to that. But mainly, sometimes that's a demon. That's jump on another brother. Another brother, man. He used to tell me, oh, you're from the tribe of, he's from the Guinea-Bissau. You know, he's a Jake. You know, he used to tell me, oh, you're Benjamin, you're from the, and I'm like, this guy don't know about the truth. But he told me that, say, you're from the tribe of Benjamin. I'm like, no, I'm probably Judah or Levi or whatever. And but then he's on, when I smoke these things, these are demons, you know, the crack and that, those are demons. So that's how it manifested today. But, you know, by the grace of the Most High, we were able, you know, to chase that away. But we must carry on. All right? So praise the Most High that the demon didn't allow us to be in a situation where we had to, you know, fight the brother.
Right.
You know? Because he was getting a bit too close. And if we got a bit too close, I would have to get
That's right.
So thank the Most High that situation didn't happen and we're still able to preach right now.
Right. Yeah, Psalm 106, 34 and 36.
So Psalm 106 verse 34. They did not destroy the nations,
Right.
concerning whom Yahawah commanded them,
Right.
but were mingled among the heathen,
Right.
and learned their works.
Right. So that's what happened, man. Our lack of fear came from mingling with the heathen, man. All right. Case in point, we're in Britain, and you see a lot of Britain. All right, we live in England, and you see a lot of brothers that have the snake way, man. All right. If you look at a British guy, yeah, a lot of these jakes, okay, they have the snaky ways. You know, they will never be real with you. They'll always be fake with you. That's just how it is, man. So when we come in the truth now, the exercise, okay, is to leave that alone. Okay, to manifest the good side, to manifest Yahawah, to manifest Yahawashi. All right, to try to, you know, rehearse the righteous act and be righteous, man. Okay, there's no point for you coming in this truth and you have a change 4 years down the line now. I understand for the guys, if a brother or a sister is 6 months. Look at brothers and sisters. Look at brothers and sisters. All right, 4 years down the line, and there's no change. They have the same speech. They have the same way. You know, when it comes to it, they act the same way. But yeah, they're gonna say that they ain't the truth. No, we gotta fight. People gotta look at us and see the energy change, man. Gotta be willing to be closer to the Most High. By what? By rehearsing the righteous act, man. So like he said in some, this society is destroying us, man. This society is turning us into Babylonians to the point where you might be in the truth, but when it comes to it, like I always say, when it's crunch time, okay, you're always doing the nigga, you always acting like a nigga, man. You don't always act like a woman, will act like a bitch, and a brother will act like a nigga. But they say yes, they in the truth, they're wearing fringes. That has to change. Okay, carry on.
And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
Right, they served the idols, which were a snare unto them. What is an idol? It could be money, the love of money. It could be, you know, wanting to be, you know, accepted by the world. You know, the fashion of this world. That's the fashion of this world is the biggest idol, man. The fashion of this world is the biggest demon you have to fight when you come in this truth, man. Okay? Why? Because Esau had put his snares on our way, man. Every time you step out of the yard, just understand that, you know, there is a snare waiting for you at work or wherever you're into. The snare is there just to make sure that even though you're in the truth, you don't really manifest the truth. You can tell a brother, oh yeah, I love you, but see, I always say this, it's not, don't tell me that you love me. It will show. It will show, man. Okay? It will show. And when in a gang culture, that's how people get killed. You tell a brother, oh yeah, I'm with you. And then you see, next thing you know, you see, okay, the brothers that, you see, the brother say that he loves you, or he's with you. You see him with your enemies, man. Hanging with your enemies. Brother feel like you never seen him. But you in the car riding, you say, oh, this guy's hanging with my enemies, man. But it's gonna call you this 1 hour later, yo, bro, you good, yeah? Yeah, man, but you know I love you. That's fake. That's fake, man. Okay? And when we come in the truth, we tend to bring this spirit in the truth. And that's why there's always a schism in camps among brothers, because the old man is in the midst. Right. Okay. Now let's talk about the Babylonian factor. Not just like a, you know, we're gonna carry on that very thing. That the Babylonian factor, man. We're gonna go to Jeremiah 5:24 and 6. See what it says. You know, Jeremiah 5, so like 24 and 26.
Jeremiah 5, chapter 24. Neither say they in their heart,
right,
let us now fear Yahawah our
right.
God.
Exactly. Neither they say in the heart, let us fear, you know, because we as Hebrew Israelites, our first thing is to fear Yahawah. Okay? Our first thing is to fear Yahawah. That's what we're fighting for. But yeah, read it again.
Neither say they in their heart,
Right.
let us now fear Yahawah our God, that giveth rain, both the former and the latter,
Right.
in his season.
Right.
He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest.
Right.
Your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. For among my people are found wicked men.
Right. Read the 25, man. Read 25. Read 25, man.
Your iniquities have turned away these things,
Right.
and your sins have withholden good things from you.
Our people are sinners, man. Our people are sinners. Every time you rebuke an Hebrew Israelite, he goes against you, man. Every time you rebuke an Hebrew Israelite, he goes against you, man. He will even want to destroy you because you rebuked him. Every time you present the way of righteousness, he gonna rebuke you, man. He gonna show you hate. Why? Because Jake don't like. All right, Jake don't like to be told the truth, man. Jake wanna see his darkness, and when you constitute a light or you constitute some sort of touch, they wanna get rid of you, man. And that's what we're having. What do you think about those gatekeepers in the hip hop world and in entertainment business and everywhere? You gotta be Freemason before you join it. You gotta be an agent before you make it. Why? Because they turn our people into sinners, man. Our people love to be in sin. And that's what he's talking about, man. So we got a problem. When we got in this truth, we got to understand that we came from a realm. And that realm is wicked as hell, man. Come on, man. Our realm is wicked as hell. So when they come in this truth, there's a big, it's not about coming here and wearing fringes every Saturday and doing videos. Brother love to do videos. Brother love to wear fringes, and garment and say that, oh, I'm in the truth. But you gotta work on yourself, man. Can't let the devil swallow you up like that. Okay? That's the object. To work on yourself so that you can become the light. Carry on, verse 26.
For among my people are found wicked men.
Right. For among my people are found wicked men. And when I say for among my people are found wicked men, it's not necessarily, just in the two-third realm. In this truth, there are wicked people. But ultimately, that was the Most High. That's the Most High doing. Because the Most High do have an agenda. The Bible speaks of, those who are kept trapped in unawares. And the Bible spoke about those who are ordained, for this destruction, man. In that fashion. Okay? So their lot is to come in this truth and be wicked until the Most High destroy them when the time comes, the time of judgment, man. Alright? So you got to understand that. And as we go, we will show each other how to avoid certain things, man. How to avoid that realm in this truth. Because it's around us, man. Prayers and fasting is very important. And faith, because the Most High will bring the most terrifying thing in your life, man, or in your life when you need this truth. Just to mold you. Got something?
The rest of this verse, they lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men.
Oh, they catch men, man. You got brothers in this truth. They aim to catch men to manipulate the younger one, to manipulate the feeble one, to manipulate the weak one, to manipulate the naive one, man, and then sway them to follow something that has nothing to do with the truth. And we see that with certain camps. I mean, I ain't gonna name them, but you see me, I decided to be on my lane. I'll be in my lane, man. I'm not even gonna mention certain camps in them, but we all know what's going on, man. Okay? You see it. You see the doctrine they're coming with.
What is it? Here.
Okay? You see it. And that's a manifestation, of not fearing the Most High Yahawah. So when you fear Yahawah, you want to change your life, man. It's hard. I'm not saying it's not hard. Listen, there is a difference between a brother or a sister that struggle with something genuinely and that fall again and again until they make it, and the guy that's wicked and the woman that's wicked. And they find loophole. They want to find loopholes in the law to carry on with the madness. You know? You want people to follow them in the madness. Okay?
I've got precept as well. Jeremiah 23:1.
Nada.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of
Woe
my
be
pasture.
unto the pastors that do what?
That destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
That destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, man. of what? The sheep of
pasture.
my pasture. So the Most High is not happy at all with, those brothers who, are in this truth, or may have a camp, or maybe part of the camp, but they act like agents of the dark side. They act like agents of the left-hand side of the Most High. Coming with doctrines, to manipulate other brothers, to make them go against the Most High. So the Most High said, war unto you, and war is destruction, man. The warning of destruction is coming, man. I mean, it is being spoken to. Destruction ultimately is on its way. And it's up to you now to discern and see who is who in this truth. But sometimes the Most High don't even show you who is who. Sometimes the Most High, like the case of Judas Iscariot, Yahawashi, he knew who Judas Iscariot was, but the other one also didn't know it. I'm sure Thomas didn't know it. Thomas didn't know it. He didn't see it coming. They were all surprised when, when Judah, sold out Yahawashi. They were surprised, like, all that time, yeah, that's how Yahawashi worked. But for those of you who are sincere in this thing, you have to pray the Most High that He covers you from all the BS that is taking place, man. That leaven is swollen in this truth, man. I sit back and peep game, man, in this truth. There's a lot of things that goes on, and like, wow, man. See, when the Bible says that amongst our people are fire and weak, you gotta understand that the weak is not just the one that come and kill. No, manipulation is one of the wickedest things, man. Because manipulation has an element of the snake in it. So what happened is that you put a brother to sleep without even him knowing that he's sleeping. You sway brother in a certain way using psychology. Because you don't want to, because sometimes because your sin are too strong for you. The situation you're in is too strong for you to kind of get out of that situation. So what you say, you know what, I'm just going to make sure that the brother that, are on my way, understand me. And you're going to use the truth is easily manipulated. That's one thing about the truth. Because it's dense water, you can move it. When you take water, you can put it in a glass. You can put it in a bath. You can put it in a bottle. You can turn it into ice. You see? So the water, which is the word, it can be easily transformed, to mold the mind of the uninitiated or the naive. That's why you take the spirit, what the Bible says in 1 John 2:20, that you have the oil, therefore you know all things. That's the level we should get on, so we can see things. But like I say again, sometimes the Most High don't even want to show to you certain things for the purpose of whatever He has in mind. You see? That's the reason why we got agents around us. That's the reason why we got all these leaven among us, man. And we seem not to be able to shake them off. They're around us. Why? That's how the Most High designed the thing. That's how the Most High wrote the script. But you, by desiring the fear of the Most High, and let me tell you something, this society is very complicated, Sin is it's complicated to the point where sometimes you know the word, but sometimes you don't know how to apply the law in your situation. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you got a situation that is, now you're a priest. You're supposed, by default, you're supposed to see a situation and know how to apply the word. But sometimes the situation be so complicated that you as a priest, you don't even know how to apply this word in your situation. Basically, you might think that your situation you're doing right, but you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why rebuke is so important. Because what you don't see, I may see. What I don't see, you may see. It's up to you to come to me and tell me, brother, I think what you're doing is not right, and you bring a precept on it. Brother, that's why we do counseling. All of that is to help the Most High. I made a way to help us because it's so easy to be in forceful thinking that you're in the truth. You understand what I'm saying? Because the society that you're in is made like that. It's Babylon. What's the other title for Babylon? What's the other title for Babylon? Yes. Confusion. That's why we need this word, man. Hey, this is the light for us, man. But look at how the light is neglected, man. Wisdom's triumph in the street, but no one forsaken. They don't want to hear it. But then my question is this: can you find gold anywhere you go? Can you find raw gold in the street of Tonto Eve? No. Now, if they say that there's gold in Company, what you gonna have to do? You have to dig. How many people, if there was an advert about, they say, oh, we need diggers, that there's gold in Company, we're gonna pay maybe £10 an hour. How many people will come and dig? Jake ain't gonna come to dig. It's gonna be the Eastern European, some Edomite, and maybe some Hamite, or maybe some West Coast. I don't know. But Jake down from here or whatever, he ain't gonna come and dig. But when the gold come out and they fashion it and they sell it, what's gonna happen is that they're gonna go and sell things or kill someone to come and buy the chain. Jake is fucked up in the head, man. They're gonna come and kill you to go and buy the gold. But that will have come and maybe see it from themselves, and maybe that will have opened the mind into how to create wealth yourself, not going to kill your brother. You see what I'm saying?
Right. It's that same dynamic when our people do fraud.
Right.
Same dynamic trying to take the easy route.
Right.
They don't want to put in the hard graft and build their own businesses, so they want to take the easy route and steal money out of other people's accounts.
That's right. Because they're lazy. Because they have that slave mentality. They don't have that ruler class mentality. A ruler has to fight. Hey, a king has to go to war, man, to secure his nation, man. That's what King David did. Not to go away from the lesson, but that's the spirit anyway. Okay? So we're gonna carry on. We're gonna carry on. You know, like I say, establish yourself as a strong pillar in this truth through the Spirit of the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. Alright? Sirach 21 and 2. Sirach 21 and 2, man. We're gonna learn something today. Alright? It's about growing. It's about expanding. It's about breaking through. It's about earning through the circle of the fire, the circle. You know? Read it, my brother.
Ecclesiasticus 21 and 2. Flee from sin,
right,
from the face of a serpent.
Right, flee from sin and what?
As from the face of a serpent.
As from the face of the serpent, man. So we gotta learn how to flee from sin. Now, like I said earlier, it's not always a straightforward thing, because sin is very, appealing. Like let's say sin is sweet. So it's hard for people to come out of sin, man. It's hard for us in the truth after years to come out of certain sin, because the sin is like cement. Now, if something is cemented, right, you can't just break it like that. You're gonna have to use an hammer and go like pop, pop, with force. It will take a certain energy, it will take a certain force to break that cement. It's the same energy that you have to apply when it comes to breaking sin. The cycle of sin in your life, man. Not finding excuses. But excuses is the main, enemy of liberation, of deliverance. You gotta know that you're wrong to be delivered, man. I don't know a person that's, doesn't know that it's wrong, and then no, you gotta accept that. Okay, you know what? I'm into fornication. You gotta accept that. You know? If a brother's thing, you say like, oh, you know what? I don't think masturbation is fornication. Well, it says, I believe in Corinthians, we're gonna read it later. It says that, sinning, when you think about fornication, that you're sinning against your body. Then when you masturbate, what do? It's the thing you do against your body, man. You're abusing your body. Your body is the temple of the Most High. And we all suffered from it, man. So we are in Babylon. The porn industry was created for that. To make sure that you're in bad standing with the Most High, knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite. You mean to tell me that Amalek doesn't know who we are? Of course they know who we are. That's why they place all those things. The Bible tells us what? To flee away from sin like you flee from the face of the serpent. When he says serpent, what do? Your initial reaction is to get out of the way. And obviously, it doesn't come like that. It takes time before it comes, but ultimately, you know, that's the aim. Ultimately, that's the object, to be able to stay away from sin, to be able to conquer sin, to be able to be stronger than sin. Do you understand that? You know.
For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee. The teeth thereof.
If you come too near it, let it what?
For if thou comest too near it, it will bite thee.
Right. If you're coming too near it, it will bite thee, man. If you're coming near it will bite you. So since that's bite, man, don't you ever get it twisted, man. These people that are out there laughing and scoffing, they don't know what's going on, man. They're the one that will die when the next destruction comes, they'll be taken out. That's when they'll be, you know, then they'll realize that, oh, the whole time they were messing up, but it'll be too late. But those of us who are fighting daily, okay, to be righteous, who are fighting daily to please the Most High may have, you know, mercy, you know, on our life when the time comes. That's what we're doing. We're rehearsing our righteousness, man. We're learning how to be righteous, because in the kingdom we will be, you know, a bunch of king of righteousness. And we're going to share, we're going to teach righteousness. Can you believe that? We're going to be the teachers. It's going to be a fashion to be righteous, man. You know how it's good to be wicked? You know how it's appealing to be wicked when, you know, the driller, when the rappers, they say, you know, I'll fuck your wife, or, you know, I'll murder your man, and it's appealing. But righteousness will be the appealing in that time, man. But because right now we're under the influence of wickedness, righteousness is misunderstood. But now we are, okay, the poster boys for righteousness. Coming, the Most High taking out of wickedness, and He's making us the poster boys of righteousness, man. But it's hard, but it's doable through the Spirit, because the Spirit that's in us has conquered the Spirit that's in the world, man. And that's where faith comes from. Having faith that one day you'll be able to conquer your sins. Okay? You'll be able to conquer your sins, man. Add up on that.
The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion.
Right.
Slaying the souls of men.
And you see that, man. Let me tell you something. Every time you see a death or whatever, that's the judgment, man. But the Bible do say that the salary, you know, of sin is what? It's death. The wages of sin is death, man. So you pray the Most High every day for the Most High for the blood to wash us, you know, and make sure that the mercy, you know, is on us to the point where the Most High, you know, He always guides us, man. That edge around us, that tawak, you know, the mark of the exemption that the Bible speaks of in Ezekiel 9, man, is upon us, man. So we're praying and fasting and, you know, rehearsing the righteous act every day. We stay in the way that the Bible says in Revelation 18. Come out of her, my people. This is Babylon, man, the land of confusion, man. You know? And the Most High is calling us to do such a work where people don't even regard it, but we don't care about it. Because we builders. They don't understand what we do. That's the business. We were born for that, and we're going to do it until we can't do it anymore. You see? Because we know who we are faithing. We know who, you know, sent us in these streets, man. And we know what we lost in the process. Therefore, we'll do the will of the Most High, man. You know? In Acts 5, is it Acts 5 and 29 when you say, you know, we rather, you know, do the will of the Most High than follow men. Hey, life is about decision, man. We decided to be, you know, a spectacle for the Most High. We decided to be a butt of joke for the Most High, man. And we don't care what people think about us. We don't care how they see us, man. Because everything that's spiritual, people don't understand. The carnal men cannot understand the spiritual thing. That's a fact. They don't understand what we're doing. That's them. We know what we're doing. When Yahawashi was on the scene, you think people understood him? When Paul was around, you think people understood him? They didn't understand him. But he was called to do that. See, it's very important. When you see a boxer working, like, jogging every day, training, people say, yo, all this life is like, it's like it has nothing to do. But when you see him on TV one day, brandishing that belt, now you understand why you were seeing him jogging and training every day. He was training for that moment. So we're training for a moment that is to come. So we don't care if people understand it or not. We don't care if the people around us, our family members, our friends, our colleagues, our enemies, don't understand what we're doing. We don't care. But we have faith, just like Abraham had faith when Sarah couldn't give birth to Isaac. They had faith and they saw the end result. And we pray to the Most High that we will see the end result, because we have faith. But it comes with fear in the Lord, man. Okay, you have anything? If you don't have anything, let's go to First Thessalonians 5, 24 to 26. The 5th chapter.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 24.
No.
Faithful is he that calleth you.
Right.
We also will do it.
Right.
Brethren, pray for us.
Right.
Greet all the brethren with an holy kiss.
Right.
I charge you by the Lord that this epistle be read unto all the holy brethren.
Right. 26, 25 and 26, what does it say? What is the... Bless Israel, man. Alright, let's go to the next one. I'll come back to it. Let's go to Corinthians 6 and 18. 1 Corinthians 6 and 18.
1 Corinthians 6 and 18. Flee fornication.
Right, flee fornication.
Every sin that a man doeth is without the body.
Right.
But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
Right. So when you commit fornication, okay, you sin against your body. When you have sex with a woman randomly, you sin against your body. When you masturbate, you sin against your body. Let's be real. Because it's your body. I've seen like pride or whatever, like I don't know, killing, it's like you're doing something outside of you. But fornication is because it's your temple. You use one part of your temple, okay, to do it. Go to 1 Thessalonians 5. That's the one, 22 to like that. 22 to 24. Okay? Alright, so we should learn to avoid fornication, right? Because fornication is never good for those who, fear the Most High. Okay? Carry on.
This is 1 Corinthians 5 and 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Right, abstain from all appearance of evil, man. In this world, what do you see? What do you see? I'll give you one example. George Bush, when he went against, Saddam Hussein, he got on the TV and he said that, this guy has to be to get killed and destroyed. Can you imagine? Let's say that he has a weapon of mass destruction and the army went there and we saw the destruction of life and that made it fashionable. Drill music, they made it fashionable. Fucking someone else's wife, it's fashionable. Killing your own brother that live, the next postcode, it was made fashionable, man. And we got this truth and the hating on the next brother, the manipulation against the next brother, the low-key, the jealousy, the setting up. Like, it's unbelievable, man. What's the difference between this and that? So the Bible tells us to stay away from all of those things, man. The appearance of evil, carry on.
and the very God of peace sanctify you wholly.
Right.
And I pray Yahawah, your whole spirit and soul and body be preserved, blameless unto the coming of our Lord Yahawashi.
Right. Blameless unto the coming of our Lord Yahawashi. That's the reason why we go through things. I've been going through things myself. You know, I've been going through a lot of things these days, man. But this morning I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, Yahawah, that's the thing. And then, you know, it's like I'm receiving that, you know, that's how you're made perfect. Just like, you know, when the gold is being purified, man. When gold is purified, it goes through the fire. You know, so you make it go through certain things, man. So you can learn to be whole again. Preparing yourself for the coming of Yahawashi. But most people don't believe in the coming of Yahawashi, man. The return, people don't believe it. They think this world gonna be going on forever. But we know through prophecy that it's not far away. He's coming. So the appearance of evil, man. When you're on TV or you being interviewed, you know, and they ask you about a current situation, as a so-called priest, they're supposed to give the right judgment. When these two women came to King Solomon, he gave them the right judgment. But you have two women, one who was the mother and the other one who wasn't the mother. But you have the other one who wasn't the mother, you know, coveting, wanting the mother of the other, the one that's the mother, the baby of the one that's the mother. They went to the king. The king said, kill, you know,
slice the baby in half.
How do you say it?
Split.
Yeah, split the baby in half, man. Cut him in half. But the woman that's the mother started to cry because she knew that was a baby. She didn't want the baby to die. But the one that wanted to steal the baby from her, she didn't even show any emotion. So through wisdom, King Solomon was able to judge. And he said, give the baby to that woman because she's the mother. So you got a situation where you go, you know, ICPK, I have to say that because you all know it's not, we know we've seen this on YouTube about telling Chris Rock if he was to give an advice to Chris Rock, he would tell Chris Rock to have sex with Jada Pinkett. Come on, that's an appearance of evil, man. What are you teaching? You're teaching now, Jake. Look how hard it is to withdraw from these women. These beautiful women out there, and these women they have no problem having sex with someone even though they're married, you know. Look how hard it is, man. Sometimes you have to say, no, you know what, I'm not touching this woman because she's married. And then you're going to tell a brother that's the truth, knowing the truth, knowing that you might be an influence that listen a lot to you. For example, young brother that came into, you know, actually thinking I don't know better, they'll be thinking that, oh, you can have sex with someone else's wife. It got to the point where it's scary, man. And we have to speak about these things, man.
What the Most High did there, he revealed that brother's heart.
Right.
Because that's probably what the brother would do in that situation.
Yes.
So that's what he essentially did to reveal that brother's heart, and he exposed them to the whole nation.
Yes. That's what the Most High does. It's a beautiful point. The Most High is exposing brothers, man, and sisters. Let me tell you something. From a man's speak, you will know his substance. He says that in the book of Sirach, you know. I'm not going to go in there, I don't want to go there, but he says that. I have the precept in my note. He says that. From the man's speech, you will know his substance. Sometimes you don't have to talk too much, you know. Just listen to brothers. You will see the heart. You will see the heart. If you're a stickler to, you know, to understanding and the spirit of discerning, discernment, you will see the heart, man. So that's the point, the brother. Why? Because we don't have a strong amount, you know, a higher level and degree of fear when it comes to Yahawah. We don't fear Yahawah because for the most part in Babylon, people have it going on for themselves. People have the little hustle here and there. They don't care. People make money in this truth. People make money with this truth and in the name of the truth. Yes, so they don't care. They're not hurting. So they want to be evil because it's fashionable to be evil, man. That's the feeling. And also, like you say about the churches, 7 churches, yeah. Yes, the 7 churches represent all the camps, But when you read certain like the Nicolaitans, okay, they were wicked, man. And those who were sleeping with Jezebel, like sharing the bed with Jezebel, like they say in Revelation, they were the wicked one in the truth. So you have wicked people in the truth. Don't follow them.
That's how you became. That's true.
That's how you became, man. Let's be honest out here. It's not about judging something. When this person say, "Oh, don't judge," how am I judging? First of all, I can't judge. Because I'm judging righteously. I'm not judging based on my emotion. I'm judging righteously. Is it wrong to tell people to commit adultery? Yes or no? Yes, it's wrong. So therefore, I can speak on that. So by me speaking on that, brother can watch it and say, "Yo, man, the brother is right, man. You know, I'm going to make amendments. I'm going to change my ways." So the demon of adultery is very rampant in Israel, man. Like me, I'm an open guy. I'm keeping it real. Look, I have a lady, right? The men, they're not together, okay? They're not together, and that they're in the process of like living separately, but they're not together. You get what I'm saying? Because in Israel, it happened in this country, but people are no longer together. But for some reason, they have to live together until the guy find a place. Because sometimes it's not always straightforward to find a place. Maybe you want to get a mortgage, maybe you want to get a place, like you want to, so you don't want to go and get like a bed seat or whatever, live with people, but it's not always true. You might have to get some money, or maybe, you know. So now I'm thinking, yo, what do I do in that case? That's why I told you earlier, it's so complicated in Babylon that sometimes even you the priest, you don't even know how to apply the law in certain situations. That situation, what do I do? You go in one place, on one hand, you go, a woman, cannot get away from the man until he dies. And another way you go, if a woman is meeting a man of the Lord or whatever she wants to learn or whatever, and if the man that she was with or about to leave or is with at the moment doesn't want to hear about it, she can leave it. 1 Corinthians 7. What should you do? Okay, that's why we need the Holy Spirit to guide us, man. That's why we need to develop the fear of the Most High and not listening to those bugged out kids, man. I had a woman telling me, IUIC was your first church, so you better go back to IUIC. First of all, it wasn't my first church, it was the first brother I was listening to. But I want to say Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. I don't want to be associated with brothers that don't even want to say the name. Obviously, yes, they say the name, the leaders, but what about the IUIC? United in, Israel United in Christ. What about that one? That causes a problem, right? I don't want to be associated with that. But some people don't even understand that it's important to know the name. People want to play with it. So we've got that lack, because, listen, there's a difference between, or there's a thin line between those two elements. Look, let's say I'm from Congo, okay? And I'm about to take the plane. And there's a form to fill, okay? And I made a mistake and I say, oh no, I put Ivory Coast. But the plane is supposed to go and go. If I say Congo, it will go and drop me in Brazzaville or Kinshasa or whatever. But because I say Ivory Coast, where do you think it's going to drop me? In Ivory Coast. So the name is important. If you take the cab and you say, I'm going to East Village, but you're supposed to go to Peckham, what's going to happen? You go to the wrong destination. If you had an appointment to get money at 11 and you went there, by the time you get to Peckham, you're late. And you're going to lose the opportunity that you had. You're going to lose the opportunity. Why? Because you gave the wrong location, okay? The wrong location to the driver. Because instead of Dulwich, you say instead of Peckham, you say Dulwich. It's Dulwich. So the name is important, man. Knowing Yahawah. Bahasham Yahawashi is key. Because, you know, Act 4 and 12 telling us clearly that, you know, there's only one name by which we should be saved. You can't say Christ. If you go on Google right now and you type Christ, what's going to come out? The white image of Jesus. I mean, Jesus. If you say Jesus, but if you say Yahawashi, it's the black. So you see, the Most High made a way for us already going on Google to know what's what. Because the Most High uses Google as well, believe it or not. Few things like wisdom, applying wisdom. But you know what? That comes we have, because it's a spiritual thing. When somebody has fear of the Lord, you know, bit by bit, you will understand that, you know, the Spirit will start working on his life, working on his life, and he will become spiritual. Some brothers are not spiritual, man. Some brother can teach and all of that, but they're not spiritual. Why? Because they don't fear the Lord. Okay? Now let's carry on. We're going to be reading today, man. Okay? So I was saying, all right, based on 1 Corinthians 6 and 18, eradicate fornication, okay? Among so many things, Jake hate, rebuke, okay? And mistaken for a lack of love. That also is a factor for the lack of fear for the Lord. James 5 and 20. James 5 and 20.
James 5 and 20. Let him know that which he converted. Let him know that he which converted.
We have to stop it now.
James 5 and 20. Let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way,
right,
shall save his soul from death,
right,
and shall hide a multitude of sins.
Right. Okay. So you can tell a brother, because that's what it's all about, man. We watchers. What does a watcher do? You're on top of your watching, you know, what is it, office or whatever, you know, and then you see it. And when you see a brother, you don't want to fall in the hole or in the ditch. So yo, brother. Don't make a move, man. Stay like that and go on your left. Because if you go on your right, you're gonna fall in that ditch. So you don't see, but you're on top. You see what's coming. Because you go like the advantage of the height, so you can see what's coming. That's us. That's our job. So if I can tell a brother that he's going off, who am I? If I can rebuke my brother, who am I, man? So we gotta learn to rebuke in Israel, man. Rebuke is the way of the man. We're gonna have to learn to rebuke brothers, man. Okay? It doesn't matter if I take you, you know, sometimes it depends. Sometimes it takes me to shout for you to get it. I've been speaking slowly and gently and softly, and you didn't take it seriously. But now that I'm shouting, you're shocked like, yo, what's going on? So no, I'm serious. You have to change your ways, man. See, now you're getting it. But then sometimes they will say, oh, this brother is too harsh, this brother lack love. No, it's not a lack of love. Actually, it's love, man. You know why? Because we've been used to that hypocritical love for too long. So now, when you see realness, we cannot identify realness, but we think that, you know, realness now has become hate. Of course, there has to be an element of patience, which I'm working on myself. Like I was telling the brother, the guy I was telling him, he said, I have to work on patience. But nevertheless, you gotta be strict, man. You gotta tell your people about where they go wrong. You know? So read that part again, man. That's very important, that precept, man. James 5 and 20.
Let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins.
Right. See that? Read that last part again.
And shall hide a multitude of sins.
Now the therefore, that part we said therefore. Therefore there. Read it from the top, man.
James 5 and 20. Let him know that he which converted the sinner from the error of his way shall save a soul from death and shall hide a multitude of sins.
Right. See? So that's very important. I read, you might know, I say, hence the different camps and Israelites group coming with different doctrine, man. Okay? The reason why people come with doctrine because there hasn't been a strong element in their camp to come and forth and tell them about and rebuke them. And it takes a brother amongst 100 brothers and say, who is you know, strong enough and courageous enough to say, yo, you lot are going off, man. You are going off. You lot are being wicked. I don't care if we don't stop it anymore. Bro, it's wicked. Or sometimes, brother, are taken by gift. They're taken by, you know, the gift of the gap. They're taken of, you know, people are followers, man. Most Jake are followers, so they follow, they feel good. Like, let's drink some wine after camp. You know, let's eat some chicken, some jerk chicken after camp. You know, let's go this, let's go do that. You know, that little thing where you see a brother grow up or you don't want to say nothing. You see a brother coming with a twisted doctrine, but you don't want to say nothing, man. And before you know it, you know, you're right there with them in some madness on YouTube, you know, being rebuked by GMS. Because GMS rebuke you or something like that. Oh yeah, because the most I put GMS to rebuke all nonsense. Can you imagine if GMS wasn't around? People will have been doing what they want, and that's what Jake wants. Jake don't like the guy that rebukes. Jake hates the guy that rebukes, man. They'll give him all names. You know why? Because they love being seen. Say anyway, the most we cannot be saved by keeping the law, right? So therefore, hey, it is what it is. The Most High will have mercy on us. You know? And that's wicked, man. I'm wicked sometimes in the way I think. Why? Because I'm in Babylon. It's up to me now to cut myself and say, yo, I need to change this, man. You know? You're saying?
Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy brother and not suffer sin upon him. So yeah, if you're not rebuking brothers, you essentially hate them because you're going to be you're going to allow that brother to be in destruction. Yeah, if you're not rebuking brothers, you essentially hate them. That's what the scriptures say, because you're going to suffer destruction upon them. But hate and love is action word.
I learned something because I'm very, very observant. I learned something in the street. When you see people in the street gathering, and sometimes you see someone acting up or doing something or saying something that's wrong, but they're all keeping quiet. They're all keeping quiet. No one said nothing. But the minute that person leaves, they're like talking about him. But that energy that you take it to talk about the brother, why don't you just say, oh, it's the Bible says there's an African, so-called African, you know, I would say a Jake, West Coast of Africa Jake, you know, a proverb that says, or saying, it takes a whole village to raise up a child. And we lost that, man. The street is the most two-faced place. They won't tell you that something is wrong with you. And that same element is in the truth as well. Brother ain't gonna tell you nothing about where you go wrong, but they rather gossip on you. But I guess that's the old man. You know, gossiping is not good. You know, I've been found guilty of that as well. Gossiping, talking about a brother on the phone we never brother for hours. No, gossiping is not good, bro. All this gossiping, this talking to manipulate other brothers, it's not good. Okay? It goes into the category of not fearing Yahawah, man. But like I say, that's the old man. Okay? That's the old man, man. So let's talk about the old man once again. I spoke many times about the old man. Why? And it keeps coming back. Why? Because the old man is important. If you don't get rid of the old man, you always find yourself in situations, man. Okay? So let me read Isaiah 4 and 22. Isaiah 4 and 22, man. 24.
So Isaiah 4.
So like Ephesians 4, man. Ephesians 4.
Ephesians 4 and 22. That you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt, according to the deceitful lust.
Right, according to the deceitful lust. Like I said earlier, the worldly element that we were in, before we came in the truth, we always bounce back, we always manifest, we always show itself when it comes to it. Okay? The question you should ask yourself every time you find yourself in a situation is this. Who is acting right now? Is it the old man? Or is it the new man? Who is acting right now? And you will find out 9 out of 10. 9 times out of 10 that is the old man. And then the next phase is to get carried away. You get carried away, man. You get carried away by doing the same dumb thing, like they say, the dumb-ish. Being wicked, being a gossiper, being a low-key hater, being a backstabber, doing this and that, doing the most. Going against the Most High. Because you still have the old man in you, the leaven is still in you, man. Now it takes a brother to take that away from you. It takes a real brother, man. You can't be around fake brother that don't tell you nothing about what you're going through, whatever you do wrong, you think it's okay? No. That's the, what do you think the counseling is in the truth? Matthew 18, 15 to 17 or 18. Why? Because he allows you, okay, to set everything that was crooked, to set it right, to make it straight again. He allows us to be men. We have to be men in this truth, you know. And a man is the one that comes to his brother and say, yo, bro, something is wrong here, man. Let's talk about it. Doesn't get few brothers as how do you say that, witnesses. That's the only way the thing gonna grow. That's the only way the leaven gonna be taken out. But you got brother that playing games. Why is he gonna get you? You know? Like I was talking to one brother in France, he was like, I said, yo, like at the end of the day, yes, you may be on your own there, but it's a blessing in disguise because being around brothers, being around Jake, there's always issue. Maybe the Most High is protecting you from all of the beings. Yeah. You got brother hating you because you got more fire. That's the thing, man. How many brothers have been victim of that in this truth? People are not ready for the real conversations. People are not ready for, you know why? Because most brothers, they want to be talking, they don't want to keep silent and observe what's going on so they can understand what's going on in the truth. They just want to go like that, you know, like there's nothing going on. There are things going on in the truth. And we have to address that when we can. So that when the brother that come in the truth, the new one, know now the balance. You know? They know the balance, man. Okay? Let's go to Ephesians 6. Ephesians 6. No, Romans 6. Okay, and verse 6. Romans 6 and 6.
Romans 6 and 6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed. Romans 6 and 6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin.
Right. Read that part again, man, slowly.
Romans 6 and 6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him.
Our old man is crucified with him. So when you come in the truth, okay, your old man got crucified with Yahawashi. When Yahawashi did at the cross, he made it possible for us to destroy our old man, which weren't possible. That's why we always, to the point where we normalize sin in our life because we couldn't fight against sin. But what's happening when you come in the truth now, the Most High give you the tools to fight against sin. Therefore, you gotta get rid of your old man. Now it's not always a straightforward thing, but it's what this is the main training, man. This is the passage, what do you say, the rite of passage. Yes. The rite of passage, man. Okay. Yeah, carry on, Malaki.
That the body of sin might be destroyed.
Right, the body of sin. So your mind, your spirit, you know, that mentality that you have. You know, that mentality that you have, man, that, you know, liquidatious, you know, mentality, man. You know, that laziness attitude that brother has toward this truth, man. You know, you want to be Jake. You want to be Jake so bad, so why did you come in the truth then? You don't want to fight against this truth, fight against the wickedness, you know, that's going on in your life. You know? Yeah.
That henceforth we should not serve sin.
Right, henceforth we should not serve sin, man.
You're right. Sir, man, apologize for being late, man. That's what I'm right.
All right? I just wait and then you go read it again. Yeah, man, I read it.
Romans 6:6. Knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin.
Right, we shouldn't serve sin, man. We should be masters over our bodies. And our body is the temple. That's that's the school of life, man. This truth is not a school of wearing fringes and wearing garments and say that we're in the truth and using the truth to make money or to get girl or to get notoriety or to be famous. This truth is an opportunity for us to become who we were before, man. Get back what we lost. Being real, taking it seriously, man. If you take your job, if you take your friendships, your family, or your personal issue more important, more serious than you take the truth, you need to check yourself, man. This truth is supposed to come before anything, man. Now, for someone that comes in the truth newly, we can understand that. We can only groom him and advise him. It takes patience to be in his truth and to do the work of the Most High, you know. Because remember, Yahawah is long-suffering. Because if it wasn't long-suffering, I'm sure we wouldn't have been destroyed by now, man. Israel sinned like never before, especially, you know, for the fact that he is a holy people. When the Moses said, oh, this is my holy people, I had to figure out how to think fast, like, yo, are we really holy? Are we really a holy people? Look how wicked we are, man. That means that the Moses is long-suffering. That means that he has mercy on us. That's what it means. You see? So we gotta take this thing seriously and not be servant of sin, man. Okay? So in my notes, I say this. Every time a brother in the truth gets you entangled in gossip, betrayal, you know, the changing of doctrine, low-key hate, and malice, etc., etc., say this to yourself. Is he the new man or the old man doing this? So every time you find yourself in a situation, you have to ask yourself, man, is he the new man or is he the old man doing this? You understand what I'm saying? It's very important, man. Learning how to conduct yourself the right way in this truth, man. Hey, bro. We're teaching them. Alright? Learning to conduct yourself the right way in this truth, man. We used to be niggas. Okay? Now we're not niggas anymore. Okay?
Yeah, because we love putting out Deuteronomy 7:6 or Deuteronomy 14:2, quoting that our nations are holy people and a peculiar people, but we need to exemplify those traits. You know?
Exactly, we need to manifest it. If you want to be the truth, you got to show a certain seriousness about this truth, man. Because the Most High going to kick you out in a minute, you won't even see it. Don't wake up in the morning, you don't want to come in camp no more. Good for you. Okay? That's what the brother says is very important. We want to be, oh yeah, every time we out there, that's one of the first things we pull out when you come is the Deuteronomy 7:6, or is that 7:6, yeah? Yeah, because we are a people, a holy people. We are above all people. Do you show that you're above? Do you show that you're above? You don't show that. Come on, man. Gotta be real about this truth. And I'm speaking to myself as well, man. I'm not claiming to be perfect, but we we're gonna speak the truth. You know? And if you're in this truth, you shouldn't be afraid to hear the truth. You shouldn't be offended in Yahawashi Bahasham, in Yahawashi Mashiach. You got something?
Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that you should do so in the land where you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is wise.
Just wait. We read the topic here. We're going to have to read something.
Starting again at verse 6.
Yeah.
Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Oh yeah. When we started exemplifying the traits of the law, statutes, and commandments, and really act as a holy and peculiar people, that's when the nations are going to respect us. You know? Because right now these nations don't respect us because we're not really exemplifying the traits.
Right. Right. So the day we're going to start, exemplifying it, the Most High will have mercy on us, man. Right now we're in training 27 and 12. So I say this. It is easy to be in this truth for years and still be controlled by your old man and not even know it. Okay? And I say this, a good way to increase your fear of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, is to stay away from worldly people. That's one element as well. You can't be in this truth and you got friends in the world. I'm not saying be, a non-social guy. I'm not saying that. But you gotta know that it's about energy, man. It's about energy, man. Evil communication corrupt good manners, man. We're gonna read about it. That's a fact. If you're always with people that are not in this truth, they're gonna corrupt you. So you gotta understand that, man. Okay, what do you have here? Yeah, let me see. Yeah.
Okay, no doubt. Okay. Ecclesiasticus, chapter 27, verse 12.
Yeah.
If thou be among the indiscreet, observe the time.
Read that again slowly.
Yeah, bro. If thou be among the discreet,
if thou be among the indiscreet, yeah? Meaning the people that are not in the truth, people that are worldly, carry on.
observe the time.
Observe the time. Meaning you can't be sitting down, this you gotta come before your friend. When you come in this truth, you gotta change your ways, man. You're in the truth, but you're always hanging around the worldly people. They're gonna inflict, what do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna stunt your growth in this truth, man, because you're not gonna grow. Because all you're hearing is worldly stuff, man. So yes, it's about a balance. But when you're around them, read that again from the top, what does it say?
If thou be among the discreet, observe the time.
Observe the time, man. Observe, go to the next one. Go to the next
But be continually among the men of the understanding.
But be continually
among men of understanding.
Among men of understanding. So when you in this truth, gotta be around, gotta communicate with people that are in this truth. Okay? Gotta communicate and be around people, like-minded people. You can't be here and then you do the truth and then you go to a club or a church or you go to, they're gonna corrupt you. It's a spiritual thing, man. You know? Hey, but Jake gonna do what Jake does. You know? Carry on, what I just say again, carry on, speak louder.
Verse 13.
Yeah?
Verse 13. The discourse of fools is irksome.
The discourse of fool is irksome, meaning it's an irksome, meaning annoying, man. It's full of crap. It don't make sense. All I talk about, I was on the bus one that I couldn't believe it. Big Jake talking about football, emotionally, bro. about football, about Chelsea. Emotionally, I couldn't believe it. You have nothing better to talk about. That's what it is. Foolishness. I don't think they're doing something right. Worshipping football, you know. That's supposed to be worshipping this truth. But yeah, there you are, you know, talking about some nonsense. You know? Sit down one day or stand, wherever you are, or go to the canteen at work when y'all break and listen to what they say. Talk about work, talk about work, but they're putting work, you know, above the stars, bro. They're putting getting money, you know, they think they're going to be getting money, you know, for the next 5 and 10 years. Irksome, annoying, boring, silly, without substance. Of substance. Carry on.
And their sport is the wantonness of sin.
Wantonness, meaning like their sport. It's like wantonness, meaning like, you know, the perpetual, you know, sinning. They don't want to come out of it. They want to stay in sin forever, man. You should stay with people like that, because hey, if you're with someone that say that he doesn't want to be in the truth, not interested, what do you want to waste your time and be with him? Why would you make your best friend a worldly guy? When someone tells me that his best friend is a worldly guy, boy, because you're supposed to sacrifice. Yahawashi did sacrifice for Israel. There is, you got someone coming in the truth and his best friend is worldly. What kind of nonsense is that? Okay, 1 year, the most for you to make adjustments. But after that, you have to find someone in the truth that you vibe with, man. And let me tell you something, this truth is a very lonely path, man. Because the Most High needs to be lonely so you can hear him. Because when you're around people all the time, you don't hear what the Most High say, you hear other voices. And it's hard for you to discern the voice of the Lord when you're among so many people, man. So this truth is it's a very lonely walk. Alright? Now let's go to the next precept. Still in Ecclesiasticus. Go to goes to Sirach 10 and 9. Let's see what it says. That's what Sirach is another word for Ecclesiasticus. Bear with me, man. Bear with me, Israel, to find out some state of it. Uh, 10 and 19. Right there. Sirach, Sirach is something that you can pronounce.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 10, verse 19.
Right.
They that fear the Lord are a sure seed.
Right. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed, man. So if you want to be, and what is a sure seed? A sure seed is a seed that will grow out of a seed that will produce, you know, fruit. It will become like a, you know, like a tree. After that, it will bear fruit, and then yes, okay, he will bear fruit, man. When you're in this truth, you fear the Lord. The Most High gonna use you, man. But if you don't fear the Lord, you're gonna be like that dry seed. Spiritual people will be able to know, man. They'll be able to know when they see someone that's not spiritual. When you don't fear the Lord, you're not spiritual. I mean, it's true. If you don't fear the Lord, you're not spiritual. When someone say to you, or you can have sex with someone that's wife, it's not spiritual, man. I don't care what people say. That's a demon that's jumping you, man. What are you talking about? You got brothers you know, that's the past. Brothers you know, playing with strippers or in a strip club doing the Passover. Are you kidding? And then find a way to excuse him. Oh yeah, we have to excuse the brother. Excuse what? If you're a man of the Lord, you have to know how to move out here. Or do it like, may your sin be fight privately. That's what I'm saying. Because no one is perfect. But don't just, you know, put us on the cross like that. But when you do that, then people don't take it seriously. You know? So read that, carry on.
And they that love him, an honourable plant, they that regard not the law are a dishonourable seed. They that transgress.
No, read that again slowly. Read that from the top.
Okay, I go again. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 19. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed, and they that love him, an honourable plant.
Right. They that love him, an honourable plant, man. Okay? Honourable. Honourable comes from honor, respect. The Most High have love for people like that, man. Not playing around. Gotta fight to be righteous. It's not easy, bro. It's not an easy thing, but it has to be done. Okay? Go to now verse 2 of the same chapter. Oh yeah? Alright, carry.
Okay. They that regard not the law,
Okay.
are a dishonourable seed.
Right.
They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed.
Right. So so you're deceivable. Look, if you don't keep the commandments, someone will come with a doctrine, you're gonna fall into it. Brothers that fall into that follow certain camps is because they don't really take the Most High seriously. So the Most High give them away to foolishness and to spirit, man. This is real, man. I don't know why people think this thing is a game. Because you see people, you know, in the corner of, you know, town, you know, South London, you know, talking to themselves in front of the camera. You might think that this is a joke. Or people, you know, in the truth, they're like people doing their thing. There's nothing, you know, like if you went, you know, on a hip hop set, if you went to in the world, there's more, you know, like yeah, the word, you know, it's appealing. So it's not appealing. It's not about togetherness. It's more appealing. Everything that glitters is not gold, though. Everything that glitters, that's how the Most High made it. So he used the foolish thing to confound the wise of this world. You see? You don't know that? Yeah. All right, jump to verse 2 now.
Yeah. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is.
Right, so a man of the Lord, I mean a man in this truth and a woman in this truth, or a sister in this truth, or a brother in this truth, when you come in this truth, you gotta teach you gotta choose your teachers very carefully. It's very key, man.
Such are all they that dwell therein.
Right. So if you're in a camp where it's madness, your leader is like, you know, he's a phony, you're gonna end up being one. If you're in a camp where the teacher is a manipulator, use tactics to manipulate people, you're gonna end up being a manipulated guy, man. You're gonna be deceived, you become deceivable. Okay? You're gonna become a deceivable guy, man. You're gonna deceive you. So choosing the people you're under is very, very key. You know? You can't be in a camp and then you don't teach or you don't even read. You're there like, no. I mean, there's no growth. I mean, you're not really into it. The teacher's supposed to be now helping you coming out of that. No one coming to truth and stay like that. No. That means there's something wrong. There has to be deliverance. I'm not talking about a deliverance in the churches, so-called churches, the hallowed houses. No. I'm talking about deliverance in the way of bringing the truth forth and helping the brother grow. But the spirit of the Most High is the spirit of life. It's dynamic. It's not static. You know, it grows. You know, you can't stunt the growth of the man of the Lord, man. So you brothers that come in the truth, it's time to choose it. You know, who you gonna follow on YouTube, who you gonna listen to, and you're gonna even join. And just because you see someone teaching in the camp, it don't mean that they're in the truth for real, you know. You might see someone that break down the precept right, break down the, teach well, and things like that. No, it doesn't mean nothing. You know, I suggest if you're in a town and you know the brother, you know where they are, go there and take time, go and listen to them, and when they finish, be around them and observe them for a while and know what's what. You will pick up things. You will pick up things. Or pray to the Most High. Fast and pray. The Most High might show you something. You know? But I have to give it to the brothers in the truth, man. Because it's a very hard job. The brother that come out there to preach a very hard job, man. He attacked by the enemies, man. You know? We under attack, man. Especially these times. Because we're closer to it. We're closer to the end. So the spiritual, level is like the field is dense now. The demons are out there.
Hey, have it in our mind, but she not gonna say what you
know, lock down. See that? That's the demon right there, man. People don't care. And we have to go through all of that. You know? So it's not an easy walk, man. It's not an easy walk. Okay, as well, Sirach 13 and 16. Sirach 13 and 16. Sirach 13 and 16.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 13, verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind.
Right. All flesh consorteth according to kind. So, carry on.
And a man will cleave to his like.
Right. So I say this. This truth is an energy thing. Okay? This truth is also about energy, man. Okay? Know who you are and hang around like-minded people. The wolves will click with the wolves. Now, if you're a sheep, stay with the sheep because animals smell weakness, man. Okay? Animals smell weakness. So you gotta stay with like-minded people, man. If you're a guy, you go to certain brothers saying, they're gonna eat your life, man. So you're gonna come out there with a bunch of wolves, man. And wolves being like, brothers that don't wanna change their ways. They just wanna be stuck in the mindset when they wanna go out to preach. You got that's what in the truth. You got brothers, you got camps where they don't, when you hang around, you will see that quickly. But they're out there, they're beautiful, they're beautiful the precept. They're nice with the precept, like they say. But they're wicked, man. So you gotta have a discerning spirit, man. Have you done? Yeah. Is that it, yeah? All right then. Go to Sirach 11 and 9. You know, it's about learning how to operate in this truth. You know?
Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not.
Say it again. Do that again.
Verse 9. Strive not in the matter that concerneth thee not.
Right.
Concerneth, yeah.
Concerneth, yeah, carry on.
And sit not in judgment with sinners.
Right. So in this truth, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn to stay. You're gonna learn the art of staying in your lane. All right. So that means don't mingle with everybody you see in this truth, man. Because some brothers, they bring problems in these situations. If it's none of your business, don't try to get into it. Leave it like that, man. Because at the end of the day, man's going out of the Lord. Leave it like that, man. Just mind your own business. Give love to brothers and everything, and mind your own business. Do the work and work out your own salvation. Because guess what? If you go to this brother, they're going to tell you that you should work your own salvation, man. In other words, translation, mind your own business. Yeah. So, you know, you gotta mind your own business in this ship as well, man. And learn to fear the Most High, man. Learn to fear the Most High, man. It's very, very key. That's the whole thing, basically. Fearing the Most High. You know? Rehearsing the righteous acts. That is. Learning to be righteous. You know, we can all come every day, every Saturday and speak, but are we righteous in our deeds? In the way we do things, are we righteous? You know? Carry on, man. Yeah, bring that, man. You're going in. Bring James 4:4.
Book of James 1:4. The adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enmity with Yahawah?
Right, because Yahawah hates the profane, man. So you can't be in this world, and that's the reason why, like, I'm a rapper, you know, people who don't know. Like in French, man, I'll rap circle around the square, man. When it comes to rapping, like music and that, I'm very talented in that. Yeah, I did gospel, I did concert, I did everything. Yes, 2008, 2009, 2012. I was supposed to drop a mixtape in 2012 when the Musa got me some funny things. That was the beginning of him taking me out of the madness. Yeah. But when I came in this shoe, I was tempted to write again, like, you know, and kind of like, well, something told me no. You're gonna have to learn. This is your rap, man. See this truth? That's your rap. My dad says that in Revelation 14, I talk about the songs. They'll talk about the 144K. And the one song that they knew that everybody else didn't know, that's the gospel, man. Your rap, your songs, okay? That's the gospel, man. That's your drill music right there. You know what I mean? Huh? Yes. Now imagine if I have to write songs and that, and that's energy. That's taking your time. I go to the studio. All that I can learn to, you know, I can learn this truth and grow and preach and teach the truth. Okay, but you got people in this. The reason why I bring it out, because you got people in that want to be a. There's nothing wrong with displaying your talent, but look where it takes strength on brothers, man. I see them dressing out like, oh, these brothers, they want to be like the hip hop niggas. They want to be the hip hop guys, man. In the truth, man, the element of the world in the truth. You want to Babylonize the truth. Hip hop is wicked as hell. It's profane. Then the art of writing is not profane. That's the gift. That's the literature. But the way it is now, you can't even rap anymore in this shoe. What you gonna do? You're gonna try to rap like them to appeal to people. You know? And that in itself is profane. So now instead of bringing people to the truth, now they're distracted. But when they come to the truth now, back in the mind, they want to be rappers as well. They rather listen to your song and reading a verse, reading a precept, reading a chapter, or learning a breakdown. They were in friendly when they go out and they go to the latest Hebrew Israelite rappers. But they don't know nothing about John 3:16. If you tell them break down John 3:16, they can't break it down. They're into the culture of being a Hebrew Israelite, but they don't act like Hebrew Israelite. They don't fear the Most High. So that's what I say, enmity with the world, man. And Yahweh doesn't like when we try to bring, and that's what the Christianity trying to do. You got Christian rock, you got Christian rap, you got Christian pop, okay, Christian fashion. So they want to bring the worldly element into the church, so they can capture souls. That's like a trap. So we gotta be wise, man. We gotta have understanding of this truth, man. That's why it's not good to listen to certain camps. Just because a camp got a good breakdown, they're good at history, it doesn't mean that they're in the truth. Let's be real for 1 second, man. Just because a camp knows how to break down, they know the history of whatever, of our people, it doesn't mean that they're in the truth. Because let me tell you something, all the breakdown that we have on the internet came from the One West. It's our year, for the most part, and the other guy, what's his name, Yahawah, and the others, that to whom the Most High revealed, first of all, from who? From Abba Bibbins. So, you know, we go to that school and we learn there's nothing special now. The Most High can give you certain breakdown, you know, if you're connected to Him, can give you certain understanding to, you know, open up more to this truth so we can understand it more. But mainly it comes from the West. So they're doing, like they say, they're doing nothing slick. It's not like the Most High gave them the precept and the revelation that were in the bed and they had it one day. They took it from the people they learned from. Does that make you special? What makes you special is when you keep the law and when you rehearse the righteous acts. That's what makes you special, man. You know, oh yeah, I love this guy because they're very good at this. But what does it do to you if you can apply it? What does a good breakdown does to you if you can apply it? You know, so we need to come out of the fashion and the culture of being a Hebrew Israelite, and we need to learn to be Hebrew Israelites. That's very important, man. Okay? Romans 8 and 7. Romans 8 and 7.
Okay. Romans chapter 8, verse 7. Because the carnal man is enmity against Yahawah, for it is not subject to the law of Yahawah.
Right. The carnal man, because when you're carnal, you don't please Yahawah, man. So everything you do will go against the law. You know? Coming with other doctrines, you know, or you can have sex on Sabbath day, you know? Things like that. Amongst other things. Coming up with nonsense. You know? Or we don't need to say the name of the Most High. You know?
Neither indeed can be.
That guy can't believe how this guy was driving. That's Jake's for you cannot believe it. He's shocked. If he take a wrong move, we'll have knocked him out. That boy, just moving like not knowing that people can just, you know. That's it, man. Jake is lost out there. But the word is dumb anyway. They lost the weight, they lost the weeks. Yeah, what you reading again? Read it again. You gotta have it open, you can't just read it and put it in your heart. You leave it, that's the Bible. Romans
chapter 8, verse 7. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahawah,
right.
for it is not subject to the law of Yahawah.
Right. If you're carnal, if you're in this truth and you manifest carnal behaviors, then you're not subject to the law of Yahawah. That means it's the old man that's stealing them. Although you wear fringes and you claim to be in the truth, the old man is still there, man. We gotta fight every day, brothers and sisters. We gotta fight every day to really exemplify, you know, that the behavior of being holy, man.
Neither indeed can be.
Right, neither indeed can be. So you cannot, even if you tried to be, you cannot be under, you know, subject to the law because you're carnal. Because your carnality reigns supreme in your life. Therefore, there has to be amendment. You gotta change your ways. Okay? Brother, get Psalm 26. Psalm 26.
Psalm 26 and 1, a psalm of David. Judge me, O Yahawah.
Right.
For I have walked in man's integrity.
Right.
I have trusted also in Yahawah.
Right.
Therefore I shall not slide.
Right.
Examine me, O Yahawah, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart.
Right.
For thy loving kindness is before mine eyes. And I have walked in thy truth.
Right.
I have not sat with vain persons, Neither will I go with dissemblers.
Right.
I have hated the congregation of evildoers.
Right.
I will not sit with the wicked.
Right.
I will wash mine hands in innocency.
Right.
So will I accomplish thine altar, O Yahawah,
Right.
that I may publish with the voice of thanksgiving and tell of all thy wondrous works.
Right.
Yahawah, I have loved the habitation of thy house
Right.
and the place where thine honor dwelleth. Gather not my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloody men,
Right.
in whose hands is mischief,
That's right.
and their right hand is full of bribes. But as for me, I will walk in mine integrity.
Right.
Redeem me and be merciful unto me. My foot standeth in an even place.
Right.
In the congregations, I will bless Yahawah.
That's right. So that sums up how you should live in this truth. So when you pray, that's what you listen. You nobody say that, oh, we on top. Who is on top of it? No one. And if everyone say that he's perfect, is on top of it, he's a liar, man. So until we leave this kingdom, until we become eternal and made, eternal, and made kings for real, we will be always subjected to sin. But that prayer is the prayer of the righteous man. Psalm 26 is the prayer of the righteous man. God, this is how you have to pray. This is how you have to try and be, or try to be. Truth. Psalm 26. That's what the one I was saying, King Dawada, Malak Dawada. Okay? Very, very important, man. Let's jump to 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. Oh yeah? You see, you gotta apply it. You understand what I'm saying? 2 Corinthians 6 and 14.
Hey. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers.
Right. Be ye not, yoked together with how do you say it? Unequally. Yeah. Unequally yoked. So that means, you can't be in this truth and then you go, other ways. Well, it could be explained different. It could be just like, for example, you can't be sitting down with wicked people, for example. You can't be in this truth and you're an agent. You can't be in this truth, and you're in adultery. You can't be in this truth, and you don't want to change. You don't want to come out of your sin. You want to be in that wicked realm. You don't want to change, but you want to be yoked. You want to be a bondman. And a bondwoman, I've seen it in my own eye. Look, conversation with this woman, she says she's the truth, right? So obviously, I'm making a mistake, I deal with her. But only to find out, man, she's a wicked as a wolf, man, listen. And I want to be patient and that Hades wicked, man. What she says, bro, it's deep. It's deep, man.
But what fellowship have righteousness with unrighteousness?
Right. So if you say that you're righteous, you gotta prove that at some point. I want to see some sort of righteousness. I'm not saying that be righteous 100%. Because me myself, I'm not righteous 100%. And if I say I was, call me a liar, man. It's simply not true. No one is 100%. Even Yahawashi, when I call him good, he said no one is good but Yahawah. Why are you calling me good? Only Yahawah is good. So I'm not saying that, come on, show some righteousness, man. After a while, come on, man. You've been in the truth for a while, you're still talking to, you don't even know when to talk, I'm talking about to you women out there, man. You say you're in the truth, but your mouth is reckless, man. Your mouth is reckless. Wow. Come on, man. Sure, we fight to be good, but you don't want to fight to be good. You want to come to the truth and you're like 5%, but we're supposed to take you. Come on, man. That's wicked. Yeah?
And what communion have light with darkness.
Yeah. So why would you communicate in our case? Why do you want to be a demon for? Like, you know, the example that I'll bring you there when the guy from ISIS can say that, you know, you can sleep with someone else's wife if he did something to you. When the Most High say you have to forgive, the vengeance is his, man. Now it's very difficult. It's easier saying than done. You know, if someone sleep with do something to you, you got the opportunity to slap his wife. You slap it? No. But no, you shouldn't slap it. That's what the Bible says. Slap box. Slapping. Malak, it's a metaphor. Slapping.
I know.
I want to use different slang.
I want to understand which one they're using.
No, if someone hurts you, why would you go ahead and slap his wife? You slap him if anything. If I say slap his wife, that's not talking about adultery.
I know.
Yes.
I want to ask you, is it physical slapping or
That's the other slap. Like they say, slapping the chicks, you know? Yeah. That sort of slap. That's wicked, man. Okay, so read that last part again. Last part. About something communication. The last part. Why did you leave it? 14.
And what communion have light with darkness?
Right. Okay. What communion have what? Have light with darkness. So you can't be saying that you're a light guy. You got from the light. I'm straight out of the light. And you speak like you're straight out of the darkness, man. You know? You gotta change your ways, man. You gotta change your ways. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. Get 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Let's see what it says. 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Let's see what he says, man.
1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners.
Right. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners, man. So you can't bring the old way, the old system in its truth, man. You can't bring the old way and the old system in its truth, man. You can't claim to be in the truth and you have the worldly ways. Or you can't claim to be in the truth, but your friend, you go and sit down. You got a friend that smoke weed and you go and sit down with them. What kind of nonsense is that? You got a friend that's still slinging, you know, the white or slinging the green. Yeah. They're still selling Al Green and still selling the Frank White, but you're going to sit with them, man. You got a friend that pimps, but you're still around them. What do you think is going to happen? Of course. Evil communication does corrupt good manners. So that's all of that is part of being, you know, learning to avoid that trap that we're in, and it's a daily fight. Okay, it's a daily fight, man. We got to fight this, man. When you come out there, you got to be on fire, man. You know, for the Lord. That's one thing. When you come off the camera, you got to be on fire for the Lord. You got to keep on trying. You know, because the Most High see all things. It's not easy, bro. But you got to fight, man. You know, you got to be willing. You got to show to the Most High that you're about this. You know, let's learn to be, all of that is part of fearing the Most High. To be on time. Not taking this thing lightly. When you come and do the work, you got to speak. Put your shine, let your light shine, man. You know? Okay, then let's go to first Samuel 15, 22 to 23, man. Let's talk about obedience and sacrifice. But we've seen that instance already. We saw what he did when he was sent to do something. A lot of us, you know, the Most High gave us to give, but we do something else with it. You know?
23, huh?
Trying to manipulate the elements, 22 and 23.
Okay. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22. And Samuel said, hath the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
Right, to obey is better than sacrifice. You know that story when, Yahawah did send Saul to kill all the Amalekites, and everything, everything they had, sheep, goat, everything. But Saul didn't do that. He kept one of the commander, the captain, the head. He kept him alive, and he kept some sheep. And when Saul asked him, why do you keep? No, when Samuel asked him, Prophet Samuel asked him, why do you keep them alive? He said, no, I want to keep them the best sacrifices to Yahawah. And the prophet told him, listen, to obey is better than sacrifice. Meaning, like, when the Mosai call you to do something, you gotta obey. You do it. When the Mosai give you a gift, you do it. You don't try to change it for your own goods. That's what a lot of brothers do. They take the truth and they use it for their own good, for their own little malice, and then their own little game, That's not how it works. We gotta be simple, man. We gotta keep it real, keep it simple, keep it to the point, and do the work. Not trying to do something else.
And to hearken than the fat of rams.
Right. Okay? To hearken, man.
Verse 23. For rebellion is the sin of witchcraft.
Right. So when you're a rebel and you don't want to listen to brothers when they rebuke you, you don't want to listen, you don't want to turn away from your sin, you don't want to fight for me. You're a witch, man. The Bible is not me. The Most High calls you a witch.
It's lucky. Chapter 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and adultery.
Right.
Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord.
Right.
He hath also rejected thee.
Right.
From being king.
Right. So when you play with these things, Most High will reject you, man, from being a king, because you're supposed to be a king in the end game. When it's all said and done, it's for us to be king and for our women to be princes.
Women?
Yeah, to be princes.
Princesses.
Princesses. Yeah, princesses. No, not queen. The term queen means slut. The term queen means slut. Yeah. That's why I say princess. Princesses.
Oh, I never knew that.
Well, you don't learn history by learning. By growing. Yeah, but you say that, but on Sunday, where are you? Are you available on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm for certain time.
No, you gotta be available for the truth. Don't think about saying them. So what are you doing for that Sunday? Well, anyway, where are you going to church for?
That's
Yeah, after. Because he brought it out, he was bold saying that. So I had to get rid of that thing. It doesn't even look good, man. But he's saying that on camera, the angel are watching, playing games, bro. That's why I have to slap it. Yeah, that's why we have to slap it out of whatever you're trying to bring. It's not your fault, I understand that. But over here we don't play. Okay? Right. So obedient, and that's how the Spirit, see this. The Spirit brought it out alive, man. So the Spirit's not necessarily about secrecy. Everything is to be revealed. Yeah, so to hearken and to obey is better than sacrifice. You can come here and stand and do the work and wear fringes, but what do you do after that? Do you obey the Most High? Yes, see? To hearken is to obey, man. Whatever the Most High tells you, and it's never easy. It's not easy to please the Most High. It's never easy, man. You see, faith is starting up a lot of things. But yeah, let's go now to. So I was saying, being ancient cool again. know, that should be our thing, man. Okay? We should make being ancient cool again. We'll understand that in a minute. So I say we're supposed to look and act different, okay, than the normal chick. Even when you're in this truth, you can't be dressing like these Negroes, man. Pants sagging or having a certain way of you know, big old chain, like walking around like you trying to catch a leak. Man, what's wrong with you? Be ancient, be proud of who you are. Because you came out of these things. Why do you want to be like it? Why do you want to look like Jake? You know? This, what we do is a thing of lamentation, man. We lament for our people. When you read Isaiah 9, it tells you about those who are sighing and crying. So I don't understand when I see some brother try to look good with a garment and look good with their fringes and that. I'm not saying look good, be decent, be clean. I'm trying to some people just, the way they dress, the same camps like, wow, bro. It's like I'm looking at the hip-hop camp, but the only thing, that's the Hebrew Israelite, and they talk about the word. They're not rapping, but they're dressing like the rapper. They want to appeal to this world. We don't need to appeal to this world. We're lamenting, lamentation. We're crying for the pain and the anguish of our people, the suffering of our people. We are crying for the Most High to come and get us out of this place, man. You know, the old vibration should come back. How we think, how we see. Okay, so I say we're supposed to look and act different. Okay, like the normal Jake, because we ain't like Jake. We are the token of the standard to come. Try to come out of these, you know, Babylonian, like Revelation 18 and 4 says. Come out of her, man. So how you want to come out of her, but at the same time you want to look like the Babylonians? That roaming the street of Babylon. You know, you got a brother trying to cut that, you know, like, you know, look good and that. I mean, yes, you can do that, but you don't have to line up. That lining up shit, you bring out the worldly vibration in you, you bring that seductive vibration in you, man. It makes you look feminine. And men are supposed to be look all groomed and that. We don't need that. We're real men, we're men of war, man. In the kingdom we will look beautiful because we'll be perfect. But right now we're men of the law. I'm not saying look like trash. You can't be putting that thing over everything. Gotta be calm. You should be in carnal when you do that. Yeah, our look's supposed to be different, man. Okay? So with that we're gonna go to you have a precept?
Job 8 and 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search of the far.
Read that again, that's powerful. Read
Job 8 and 8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age.
Of the former age, man. We have to go back to the former age, man, and see how our people were when they were righteous. A lot of them want to go back to the dark ages. Yes, the dark age, but Jake was wicked at that time, you know. Jake was in his glory, he was ruling, but he was wicked in his ruling. So you can take certain elements, yeah, but don't be like dark ages, you know, they were wicked, man. They weren't holy in that time. Few were holy, while most of them were wicked. You know? Yeah, read it.
And prepare thyself to search, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers.
Right. That's what we're doing, man. We want to be like our fathers, man. When they were righteous. You know? We don't want to be caught up in Babylon. We want to be like our fathers, man. Keeping the law, having faith. Sometimes you have to burn incense to catch that vibe, you know. Burn incense on freaking sense, you see now, smelling it, goes, brings you back to the temple, the Levite, how it was. That whole vibe, that fear that you have. You know? Your house should smell like incense, man. When you come, you catch the vibe, like, yeah, it makes you want to be holy, it makes you want to do something that's holy, it makes you want to inquire, you know, about the ancient ways. You know? What do you mean, God? Get 2 Samuel. Get Samuel, 2 Samuel 10. You can go now. Yeah, you can go now. Yeah? It's not anger, man. I'm cool.
No, I got some my brother.
Well, you can see him after, but don't worry. Yeah, check him up and go. Yes, we go in. Read that second Samuel. 2 Samuel 10 and 4.
This is 2 Samuel 10 and 4. Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off.
We're talking about the old ways. Okay, you're gonna read it, you're gonna understand how important it was for our people back then, man. But nowadays we're playing with it. We're gonna see in a minute how important it was, man. Read it.
Wherefore Hanan took David's servants and shaved off the one half of their beards. Excuse me. And cut off their garments in the middle, even to their bottoms, and sent them away. When they told it unto David, he sent to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho.
Tarry at Jericho, man. But David was mad. You know, that the Moab king, you know, had like shaved one part of, you know, each beard of the brothers. That was a shame, man. So you tell him, tarry in Jericho until your beard grow back. So it's a dishonor to have your beard shaved off, man. The brother wanna be doing whatever they do. You see, you know, brother wanna cut it off low, so because they don't wanna wear like, you know, the beards. You know, when they go to corporate place, they wanna cut it so low. Like, what's the point? Be you real, man. Be real in this truth, bro. What are you scared of? You know? Carry on.
Tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return.
Right. So we have to go back to the old us, because really our ancestors are us, man. Our ancestors are us, man. So you have to go back to us. You know? So get Isaiah 46 and 8. Isaiah 46 and 8.
Isaiah 46 and 8. Remember this, and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, all you transgressors.
Right, all you transgressors, man. That's us, man. The Hebrew Israelites, we transgressors, man. You know? We do what we want. But the most I say, show yourself men, man. Read that part again,
Remember this, and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, all you transgressors.
Right. Bring it again to mind the old ways. And to remember it again. Okay? And do the will of the Most High, like He wants us to do. You know? You get corrupt in Babylon, you get corrupted in Babylon. Trying to do, you know, when it's stuck in this Babylon, you don't even understand that this is the best thing that's happening to you right now. You know? Let's go to Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Deuteronomy 32 and 7.
Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the Deuteronomy 32 and 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Right, consider the years of many generations, man.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
Right, and who is the fathers is this truth. You know? It's this truth, man. The precept, the word, the Bible, you know, the history. Okay, the history, everything that we have that belongs to us, you know, and it takes a lot to do that. Blessed are those who are taking this truth seriously. Blessed are those, man. Because spirit can jump on you, don't start acting up. The fear of Yahawah. We've seen it. So that means a lot of people don't have the fear, man. And the fear of Yahawah doesn't mean that you're better than people. So you're willing to change your ways. That's the fear. You know what I'm saying? Now let's read one more precept. Or let's go and have a precept.
Let's finish this. It says, ask thy father and he will show thee thy elders and they will tell thee.
Right. Ask thy father and he will show thee thy elders and he will tell thee, man. And the fathers is the truth. It's this word. But everything that's happening in ancient Israel, it's in this world, man. This word. Bible, Biblios, Torah. You know? So we should consult it, but understand it. That's very important. You know, and that's not as well find loophole about certain things and make it, you know, our way. It's not gonna work like that. You know? If you don't have a precept, look at Psalm 124 and 7. Psalm 124 and 7.
This is Psalm 124 and 7. Our soul is escaped as a bird out of the snare of the fowlers.
Right.
The snare is broken and we are escaped. Our help is in the name of Yahawah.
Right.
You made heaven and earth.
Right. So you being in this truth, we escape the big thing, man. You escape the snares, the trap of the enemy, man. Okay? So why would you want to go back, you know, in the snares? Why would you want to go back in the old ways? Why? You escaped from something, so why would you? Your old man itself was your enemy. It was a trap, it was a snare. So why now do you always use that old man in a sneaky way? You can deceive our brothers, but you can't deceive the Messiah. Messiah will check you when the time comes. You know, if you struggle with something or a situation, just pray. And the Messiah take you out of that situation. You know, ask for a divine intervention in your situation. Find a brother that's you know, it's good to have wisdom, you know, and sit down. So don't call the brother that will gossip about a situation. You go down as well. Because they can be talking for 4 hours. Be a well brother that can talk 4 hours, man. On the phone talking about the truth with that, but the same energy when he goes wrong, he's out there talking nonsense to other brothers, man. Creating, you know, mischief and creating, you know, a confusion, noise. To find you a sturdy one, like let's say a good one, and talk to him.
I was in prison with the cop.
You know?
No.
It's very important, man.
I was on house court.
You know? You have to fear the Messiah.
And when we were in that shooting,
we need to fear the Messiah, brothers. We need to pray, man. This is the time for us to do that, man. You know? We need to separate ourselves from the wicked, man. Because it's not everybody that's claimed to be the truth that's in the truth. You see? It's not everyone that claims to be the truth that's in the truth. So you on your own, your corner, just learn to fear the Most High and learn to be good, man. So to be good is to rehearse the righteous act.
bro,
See?
I stop him.
So,
you man, why you running, bro? I know it's not funny, bro.
So with that, you know, we're gonna close out. Hopefully it was edifying. You know, hopefully it will motivate you to change your ways. You know, and to really do better yourself. Because me, I'll listen to that and I know it will help me. Even you know, working, preparing these lessons help me in a way to really put things in perspective and in the right angle. Change my ways. I'm not perfect. You know, there's a lot of things that need to be changed. You know? So with that, we'll turn to the east. And we'll give our praises Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Yahawah, Occurrence, Wadash. Who are Israelites? Death to Babylon.